from the city where pressure makes legends. This is Big Blue Reborn.
What's good, Big Blue family? Welcome to Big Blue Reborn, where we talk real New York Giants football. No fluff, no corporate takes, just honest breakdowns and real standards. I'm Milton. I'm here with my cousin Ethan. We're here to talk to you about a pressing matter that popped up a few days ago. Had to let it sit for a few days before we came and we said anything. We wanted to let it sit, let these emotions go.
Yeah.
But real quick, before we even get into that, Ethan, any updates since the last time we was here? We got any updates before we get into it?
Yeah, man. We've been asking for some help on the offensive line. It ain't the big names that we wanted, but we got 2 offensive linemen. We got a center, backup center, Luca Patrick. He was injured all last season. Really, he's just more like a backup since we don't got Aaron Stinney no more. He's a center. Um, just depth. And we got Daniel Falele, another Raven. He wasn't a big name either. He's just a big body. Like I think he's like 6'8" or something. Dude is massive. He a big boy. So him and Evan Neal be fighting for that right guard spot, trying to solidify their spot on this team. So hopefully something can come up either one of them. They're both relatively young, so hopefully we can get something cracking there. And
I'm
that's
hoping
about it.
the bad narratives behind them they change up once they put that blue on. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Falele was
Exactly.
one names I was saying. Hopefully he doesn't come to New York, but hey, he's Giants now, so let's hope it's not a detrimental situation. Let's hope he can challenge Evan Neal and Evan Neal can challenge him, and they can both become great guards in the league.
All right. And sometimes when it's like just a new change of place for both of these guys, Patrick and Falele, like sometimes it's just a new place gives you new energy, and New York's a media market, so maybe they really want to be here, so they try a little bit harder and stay here for the long term, because if you make it here, you can make it anywhere. So
That's about it. Hey,
yeah, man.
well, quick updates. We're gonna jump right into the Big Blue check-in. The Big Blue check-in, and this was something I never thought we was gonna have to have a conversation around. But news dropped the other day. Sexy, Dexy, Mr. Dexter wants out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
What's up? How you feel?
I
Because
mean,
I know how I feel.
you messed up, man. Because I'm always like this. This makes me think immediately, like, damn, why can't we keep our good players? There's always a situation every other off season where we got to talk about what are we doing with our best player, and why is this a conversation? So really want to jump into in the check-in. Why is this a conversation?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I think Dexter, he don't really want to be traded. I just think he just want to make some noise so other teams know he want that new contract. Other teams can start calling the Giants and saying like, "Yo, if y'all ain't trying to pay him, we'll give you X, Y, Z for him." And now they hearing what other people will pay for him and what they will give for him. So it's just like, it's unfortunate, but this really the Giants have the leverage in this situation because he still got 2 years on his contract. I know he wants to get paid more because he's not really getting paid like a top 5, top 10 defensive tackle. He more getting paid like from like 11 to like 15. He in that range. He getting like 21, $22 million a year. And he really trying to get closer to like 27 to 30 million. He trying to get to that quarterback money, really, for real, for real.
He's getting paid
So
for his performance from last season.
But
So
I mean,
that's where the fork in the road is right now. Down to the business, like it always comes down to when it comes to new contract talks and things of that nature. It always ends up being, what have you done for me lately?
Yup.
And I know he's had great seasons. Like I said, prior to this down season, he had 3 Pro Bowl seasons prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
I get where his head is at, man. He's been through all of the losing. He's been through all
Yeah.
of the losing, and he's been here. He's been through every interview, and he's tuck it on his chin, and he kept it moving. So, like, I respect him for doing that, man. And he's never said anything about like wanting to leave. But
Right.
right now, I
Well,
get it. Make some noise before this whole season gets full on and popping. He wants to get this money, man. When you look at
see, I
like
think.
the
Go
pressure
ahead.
list, you seen the pressure list when it
Mm-hmm.
shows like he's in like the 130s, and then you get to the next defensive tackle on the list, and they haven't cracked 40 yet. Like,
Yeah, for real.
rather that detrimental, you need to make sure that player stays on the team he wants to be on,
Mm-hmm.
man.
Yeah, and the thing is like we not really paying nobody. Yeah, we got a couple of big contracts on the board, like Andrew Thomas and Brian Burns, but we not paying quarterback. We not paying Malik Neighbors. So it's like they can shuffle some stuff around and get him paid. Like he's 28 years old. He's the best player on the team by far. Like the next person could be Malik Neighbors or Andrew Thomas, but like Malik Neighbors just had a injury. Malik Neighbors only has 1 year of stats, and we're doing it on projection. And
Yeah.
if we're doing it on projection, you gotta look at it like, all right, defensive tackles really get paid. They really still good until up until 32. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? He's 28, so that's like a whole nother 4 years of him being solid.
Yep.
My thing is like, all right, boom. Y'all don't even rework his deal. Extend him. Make sure he got another 3 solid years on here, so we know he's building. We can build around him
Mhm.
and just help him out, because when Dex is happy and he getting paid, he gonna stand out like he's the team leader. You don't want to trade your team leader. Who else do we got? Brian Burns on the defense, and that's about it. Like, who else is stepping up on the defense and saying something? Like Dex was like on and off last year, but he was still double teaming at the highest rate in the NFL, if I'm
Mhm.
not mistaken. So it's just like, dang, bro, just pay him. And I don't even know why he got this far.
No,
Like
like
for
I asked
real, like the dude. I
Jordan
think he's
Jordan Jordan
Jordan
Davis on the
Davis.
Eagles. Like, do you think he's better than Dexter?
No.
He making 26 right now. So I know for a
Mhm.
fact that can't sit well with Dex. Yeah, but to be completely honest, I think Dexter, as far as I know, he's tired of losing.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
And you know what?
tired of
It's
losing.
like he tired of losing, and you know what I was thinking? Like, yo, he hasn't been a part of winning.
Since he came here.
And so it's like it's like a devil's advocate. Like I got one angel on this side, the devil on this side, and I'm thinking like, all right, yo, he ain't been a part of the winning. So is he a reason why we losing? I'm kind of thinking like that. And it's just like, nah, because we love Dexter Lawrence. He's been, doing the sexy Dexy dance and double teams, and he ain't getting no help. And we know all this stuff when Leonard Williams was there. He was balling out, but it was just like none of that really made us win. It just helped the defense. So it's just like him asking for a trade and trying to get somewhere. I get it. He want like guaranteed money. I think if I'll be 1,000 with you. If he had guaranteed money on every year of his deal, maybe we wouldn't be hearing about this because he guaranteed that money. But when you ain't got no more guaranteed money, if you get hurt, then it's just like, So I think he's just actually I
That's
think
the
go ahead.
concerning part. Like, okay, are you all in for the Giants right now? Or are you just about your own bag? Like, I get it. Yes, you got to protect your own bag, but if you're in a position where you feel like you about to get hurt, or you got to make sure you guarantee this money before something negative happens, that means to me you're not really thinking about playing. You're trying to prepare for the future.
Right. Yeah.
Meaning like something negative is gonna happen, or your stats are gonna continue to decline. So
I see what you're saying.
there's definitely leaves room to question, what the situation really is. Like, was this downward year, is that a trend, or
Mm.
Gonna continue? Is it going to continue to decline? Are we never going to see that same Dex again after the injury? So
Right.
these are all questions that need to be answered, before they make the decision on whether we're going to give you some more money, extend your contract, and things of that nature. And I
Mhm.
think that's why I, uh, ultimately, that's why we are here right now.
Yeah.
Shane is handling things though, talking about like he didn't know, Dexter wanted a contract and things of that nature. Like that's some bullshit.
Man, that's some BS, bro.
Come on, bro.
You
That's the
knew.
best player on the defense. You're not even about to sit here and try to play me, bro.
And
I
then
didn't.
yeah, and then you're gonna see all these other defensive tackles that are not as good as Dex getting paid more than him. The market keep booming, and then you think he about to sit here and just be happy with the contract he got a couple years ago when
That's
he
why I brought that Jordan Davis up earlier.
yeah, bro. And then even like Quentin Williams getting paid
Yeah.
over there in Dallas. And if you had to take either Dexter Lawrence or Quentin Williams, I'm taking Dexter Lawrence.
Yep.
Like, 8 times out of 10. They roughly about the same age, but Dexter Lawrence on a worse team has been way more productive. Even the Jets had a better defense. They just never had a better quarterback. So it's just like,
Yeah.
man, I can
No,
see why Dex is upset.
I get it.
But
And I understand. I had a roller coaster of emotions. I was pissed off. I could tell you, like,
mhm,
I had to watch a few, few of the podcasts that were already up. I watched the Giants chat with Marshall Green. He was going
mhm,
in, like, I think he did like a 2-hour video. He was spazzing out. But it was like
right,
the main point that I got from, if he doesn't want to play, like, then we don't want him here, and that
right,
really resonated with me. Because that's really a question that we're gonna have to ask. Like, does he want to play for us? I even watch
right,
another another uh another dude that I watch, Big Dash knows what. Um,
mhm.
Another podcast that I watch. He gave us a shout out a few times as well. So shout out to him. Definitely
I
follow him,
appreciate you.
following. But he said I asked him on one of his streams the other night. I said, "Hey, how you feel about the Dex situation?" He said, if he doesn't want to be here, man, he can kick rocks barefoot. So, like,
Hey, yo.
I get it. I understand where people are at. And that's kind of where I sit with my emotion on the situation. Like, ultimately, it comes down to what we're going to get from Dexter going forward. And that's where they're going to make the decision on what kind of money they're going to give him. But if Dexter doesn't want to be here anymore, ultimately, that's the real conversation.
Yeah,
If he wants to be here, then we need to give him his bread. If he
right.
doesn't want to be here, then, you know, it
I
might be
mean,
the time to start that conversation, which
right.
also brings me right into we're gonna slide right into the spotlight.
Right.
The spotlight. Do we pay Dex or do we trade him? That's the real question. Like,
Um, we
I
could
think it
do
all comes down to what he wants. Like, ultimately, what does he really want? Do you want to
right.
trade, or was this a cry for, hey, fix
I
this
just
pay
want my bread.
better than all these?
Yeah. I
What you
think
think?
I think really like you seen Dex, he got the tattoo to NY on his arm. This been his home. Dave Gettleman drafted him in the first round. Like he been the star. Like you make it here in New York, you a star everywhere, bro. Like we gonna like there's nowhere else like New York.
Mhm.
So him being here, I think he really does want to stay here. He's just been more upset with like stuff that's happened. Like when they traded Leonard, when they got rid of Saquon, when they got rid of Xavier McKinney, like those players he was really cool with,
Jordan Love.
and they got rid of them, and now they out elsewhere doing big stuff, getting rings. He's seeing that he like maybe if I get traded, maybe he looking at it in the best situation. Like maybe I get traded, I get the bread that I want.
Over that
Y'all
situation,
can get y'all
one
can
of those.
go get a younger player, draft picks that might help your team that do well in the future, you know. So it could be a win-win situation. He could probably go to a team and get his ring. He see the projection of what happens when we trade players. So, I don't blame him because by the end of the day, he a human being. Like, he want to take care of himself. He want that guaranteed money. He 28. The NFL stands for not for long.
Yep.
You know, he's seen himself. He was very reliable, but he started getting injured. What if he get an injury to a hip? What if he get an injury to his foot? Now he can't really play the same. Like, let me get that guaranteed money. So I get
Yeah.
it. But, if you really asking me, is it trade him or pay him? We, uh, we can't. We've been getting rid of too many good players, man. And it would be different if our cap situation was hell. We paying all these players like the Dolphins. You know how many players they're paying not to be on the team?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they effed up. Like if we was in a situation like that, I'd be like, all right, yo, let's trade him. Let's try and get younger pieces, but we not. Joe Shane ain't really been doing no void years, nothing like that. He been paying players, getting solid deals done. So it's just like, all right, pay the man.
Yep.
Pay the man. Like, all right, he's give you solid production. Out of all his years, he's only really had one bad year. So it's just like, all right, pay him and let's get this going. Like, give him some guaranteed money, extend him, whatever y'all got to do, work it out. Dawn, she good with the contracts. They tried to do some stuff with this contract with incentives, but it's like that ain't work. Like, nah, give him his guaranteed money.
Yeah.
We ain't really paying nobody.
No,
So let's get it done.
I feel that. I hear you on that. I
What
hear.
you got? What you got?
I think it comes down to what he wants, man. And I always
Mm,
put the ball back in his court, bro. I don't want to
mhm.
give him no money if he don't want to be here, because then it's detrimental to the locker room.
Uh,
You
I can
sign him
understand
on
that.
you sign him on an extension. You give him, you give him a little bit more money, and then worst comes to worst, we realize that the elbow was worse than we thought.
Mm,
We got a decline in Dexter, and we locked him in for another 3 years. And what we saw last year was
the
the
start of it.
that was the performance we're gonna get.
Yeah.
So it ultimately comes down to, like, what does he want, and can he get back to that same prime form? Now, if like, in my mind, when you want more money, you go ham that season to show that you want that money, especially if you're going to request a trade. Now, with Dexter's situation, he is by far, by leaps and bounds, much better than most of the other defensive tackles in the league. So it's like,
Yeah.
he has we got him on contract for 2 years, but he still got us by the balls. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a great
Yeah.
player, man, and somebody will pay him that money off of the
Yeah.
the thought that he can still perform like he used to. I
Hmm.
want Dexter to be here. I say pay him if he wants to be here. If he
Right.
doesn't want to be here, then we need to get a Quentin Williams type package and
Right.
get him up
Yup.
out of here prior to the draft, so that way we can make sure we turn it into something lucrative. Don't let it be
Yeah.
something lingering, and then we find out middle of the year, we were like, hey, we're gonna make him play on the contract, and then boom, he's not doing shit.
Right.
That staple of the defense, that whole dynamic of what Denard wants to bring kind of changes when you don't have the staple set.
Hmm.
So I'm hoping he still wants to be here, man.
I mean, I think he does. He just gotta say it out. Like I'm sure they've already been having these because Harbaugh had said that he knew for a couple of weeks that this was kind of coming.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if he knew for a couple of weeks, then Joe Shane has known for a while now, even longer than that. So he's been disgruntled with only having those 2 years on his contract that have been guaranteed. So it's just like, man, let's just bring me back. Yo, all right.
His bread.
I think he wants to be here. That's the thing. And I think the only way he can say it out to the world is like, oh, I want to trade.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, like, you can't say I'm just not gonna show up. I mean, I guess it's different from saying like, "Oh, I want to trade," and saying like, "I'm just not going to practice or show up to nothing until my contract gets reworked." Like, I want to be here. I just want a new contract. You know what I'm saying? Literally asking for the trade is kind of saying like, "Yo, I don't want to be here," and the the picks. I mean, the money is not gonna make it. Not gonna change it for me. Like, it's not about the money at that point. It's like
Yeah.
I just kind of don't want to be here because I know wherever else I'm gonna go, I'm gonna have that opportunity to actually win, get away from here, and just change my mind, yo. And I can see it like, yo, man, mess around and trade him to the Bengals for their first round pick and a second next year. The same trade for Quentin Williams on some stuff like that, and then a player. But they got the Jets got Mozzie Smith from the Cowboys in the Quentin Williams trade. They got a first and a second, so and Mozzie Smith. So like there has to be a team that has a first this year, second next year, and or third because they about to really pay him. So I mean, I guess I'd be okay with a third round pick, but
What
it depends on the quality of player that comes with the trade.
that actually brings me to my roll call question this week. The Big Blue roll
Mm,
call. What's the minimum you taking if we get a trade offer for Dex? So you
mm.
said
A
close to like
first and
a first and second, right?
yeah, it's gotta be the Quentin Williams trade or better
It's got
because
to is to me he's better than Quinton. So it's got to be a better deal.
yeah, bro.
Concerned with I'm concerned with that. I don't think I think last season was an outlier. I don't think it's going to happen again. I think he's healthy now.
No.
He's got the whole off season to kind of rehab on something that he's never
Hmm.
deal with before. I think he's going to be much. I think he's going to go back to prime form. So I would say I ain't taking nothing. I'm not taking anything less than like a first round. Shit, 2 firsts for me would be amazing. First this year, first next year. But a first and a second round,
Hmm.
I'm not taking nothing less than that. If you ain't giving me that, then he's playing on the 2 years of his contract, and he's just gonna
Yeah, because he not about to miss out. I mean, they get fined and everything. You about to miss out on all that money
he's
just
got
because you want more money? Like that don't even make
biggest,
sense.
I think he's got the biggest training camp bonus or practice bonus or whatever. So like training him not showing up to the mandatory training camps,
Hmm.
he's gonna lose hella bread. And if you talking about you want more money, that's it's kind of the opposite of what you preaching to everybody. So we're gonna see.
Exactly.
We're gonna
I
see.
mean, but then I think they look at it like you rather miss that money than to get hurt and not have guaranteed money. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because
Oh,
if you get hurt during all that stuff, then you really hurting your career.
passed out. Yeah.
Uh,
You just short.
1 year losing 1 year is better than losing three three or two more. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of get that, but then it's just like, dang, bro. Like I mean, I, I don't know why he literally asked for a trade. He could have been like, yo, I'm not showing up. I ain't doing nothing y'all asked me to. My contract get reworked. Like that in my mind would be better than asking for a trade. Because asking for a trade is just like,
Personally, I think that he probably tried to keep it quiet, and the Giants said no. And
yeah,
the agent was like, "Oh, okay. Well, we about to make this shit public so we can try to field offers and see what's available before we go forward." Now, if it gets down to the nitty gritty, we need to know what we're working against, as opposed to
but
you trying to stay here. So I think the conversations didn't go how they wanted, and that's why everybody's
yeah,
trying to fucking act like they don't know what the fuck's going on. Because there's Joe Shane not knowing like your best player wants another contract or wants more money or doesn't have any guaranteed money. This caught you by surprise. Shut up.
yeah.
Don't look. We are fans. We watch all of these things. We are not stupid. Don't talk to us like we're dumb, bro. Like real talk. Don't do that. All right.
Uh,
So moving right along, we're gonna slide into the standard.
yeah.
If I'm the Giants, am I paying or am I trading? Like just from the Giants' perspective, business mentality, not even from the fans' perspective, but business mentality. Are we paying Dexter or are we trading him? Is it more lucrative to keep this man on a team because he's the best defensive tackle, or skip the stress, find a good trade suitor, and try to get new assets for the new coach?
I think when you put it like that, I think that's the best situation because for the Giants, because yeah, all right, you keep this one player, you pay him a lot, We don't know if last year was the start of the decline. We don't know if he even really wants to be here anymore. He asked for a trade, so in my mind, it looks like he don't want to be here. We got a whole new staff, and his grumble is with the money. Like, all right, you want the money? Go somewhere else. Get paid. We gonna get some picks for you. We gonna get another younger player for you. Let's start fresh. Because I mean, also, if I'm John Harbaugh, like, yeah, you were part of a team that's been a lot of losing. Like, let's not get rid of all the players that have been a part of losing, because like you're not gonna get rid of Andrew Thomas.
Yeah.
But like, let's just change up the entire locker room. What did John Harbaugh do? He changed up everything when he came in there. New weight room, new cafeteria, new staff. Like we're gonna keep that trend. But then this is like another precedent for the team. Like, yo, you step out of line, doesn't matter who you is. What do you say? Everybody is tradable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the only person that's not gonna be tradable is flipping Dart and Neighbors.
Yeah.
And if Neighbors start walling out, who knows? God forbid, like, knock on wood, I don't want Neighbors to wall out. I mean, he's still on that rookie deal, but you never know. Like, we traded Odell. I mean, it wasn't us, it was Dave Gettleman, but the Giants were okay with it. They okayed that kind of stuff. So,
No, I
like, uh, I think the Giants, if it comes down to it, they trade him like right before the draft, because they got their eye on another defensive tackle,
mhm.
and if we can get like a trade with a team that got a lot of picks, maybe like the Jets or something like that, or even the Bengals or the Bills. Some of these teams that have some first round draft picks that we can accumulate some assets for the future, and really start our cap's already good. Really start getting some more cap space. The cap keep going up, and then when we gotta pay players like Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors, I don't even know who else we really got to pay in the future, because it's not like we got Abdul Carter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Those are
and
the
then whoever else we draft this year, we're gonna be in a good place to really actually keep players that we really want. So I hope the Giants. I think, in my opinion, back to the question, I think the Giants might trade him. I think it's like a 40% chance they trade him. It's 60 saying they don't, because they want to keep that. You know, one of the best defensive players in the league on your team.
yeah.
So, but like, it's 40-60 in my opinion. What do you think the Giants are gonna do?
The way I look at it, man, I think Harbaugh just I think he needs to sit down and have a serious conversation with Dexter and ask
Hmm.
like, what he really wants, for his future, and then they make a decision from there. Like if he tells them like, hey, look, I want to be a Giant, and y'all just not dealing with my contract, then he can go to Joe and Don and tell him, hey, look, make it happen, figure it out.
Right.
If he tells him, hey, look, I'm not really, I don't really see the vision that you have. I'm not on the
Mm,
same page. I don't see that vision. I don't think it's gonna be what you think it's gonna be. So I need to go somewhere else. Like I requested for a reason. Then get him up out of here, man. Let's go get
yeah.
these picks and try to start rebuilding. Let's try to. We still talking about playoffs this year. So at this point,
Yeah.
we want to know this sooner rather than later, whether you want to be here or not, so we can make a decision on how we can attack this draft. We can get another first round in this one. That changes the game, because we can definitely get one of the great defensive tackles that was talking about dropping to maybe early second and things of that nature. So they can definitely do
Right.
something.
Hmm.
What do I think the Giants are going to do? I think they're going to figure out a way to get him his money. I think they're going to, they've seen this trajectory of letting people go. And I don't think, like, as far as Dexter is concerned, he's too good of a talent to just let walk like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Top five. That's his position.
People that request trades all the time, and it's always about the money dispute. And I don't think he really wants to not be here, bro. So I think
Yeah.
they're gonna find a way to get him his money, and then we can wash our hands with it and then try to keep pushing forward, man.
Yeah. I think yeah. The Giants they they should pay him, but I feel like John Harbaugh's just got his mindset like, bro, it's not like I just think, yeah, John Harbaugh's gonna be like, bro, all right, you don't want to be here, all right, that's cool.
No, no,
Like that's
I don't think it's gonna be like a bend over backwards type situation. It's gonna be like, look, hey,
yes or
that's why I
no.
said he needs to have that conversation. Like, hey,
Yeah.
what am I gonna get from you, man? If I talk to them and tell them to go get you your money, you about to ball or you really don't want to be here? Just tell me then.
Right.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I said in the presser, I want people that want to be here. If you don't want to be here, I'm gonna find a place for you. Trust and believe.
Right.
You're gonna find that
Right.
nation. He will.
Yeah. People want you, bro.
If you want to be here, then and Dexter wants to be here, the Giants want him here. He said that's a good formula. So I'm
Mhm.
hoping they can work out that equation and get that money right.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
But I mean, how much what if all right, if Dex is asking for money, what would you be comfortable with him making per year? Would you be comfortable with him getting $30 million a year? Or
uh,
would you be comfortable with him getting like what's Quentin Williams getting right now? Or Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis getting like 25 or 26 or something like that, right?
I think he should be in the to 28 to 30 range.
Damn, that's a lot of flipping money. So
I
like a
do, I
2 year
do, I do think I do, but I'm gonna stand on like what we saw from Dex prior to this past season, man. It's not no normal player we talking about, bro.
Yeah,
Like, the
you're right.
reason we having this conversation because this man is a beast. This man is a
Yeah,
beast, and I don't want to see. I don't want to have to deal with him on the other side of the ball in another jersey.
right. You right, man. Woo.
He like I watched it happen. I guarantee you, he gets traded. That team gets to the Super Bowl.
All right. So what if it happens? We need to put some money on that team to at least make playoffs in the AFC champion. Hopefully he goes to the AFC because I do
They
not want
gonna
that
make
man in the
they gonna make
NFC.
some noise, man. And we found
Yeah,
of our Giants players leaving, they get jewelry within 2 seasons.
yeah, exactly. 2, 3 seasons, like you know what I'm saying.
The
So
last
the
few
package is
have done it. The last few have done it in the same season or the next season.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Mm.
we're gonna see, man.
Yeah, man. Ah, shit.
That
So
being,
final question. Final question. You want Dex here, right?
of course.
Okay, I want Dex here. Dex, we all want you back, man. We all want you back. Hopefully you listening to this and be like, all right, let me sign. Let me see what's up.
Real talk. We all want you back in New York, man. Get
For
this money
real.
right, Joe. Stop
There you
messing
go.
up. Don, get your calculator right.
Exactly.
Figure out what you need to do. Pull up the equations on the board. Get it,
Yeah, man.
man. Back.
John Barrett, pull out the checkbook.
Let's go. Hey, with that being said, we're gonna wrap up this week. It was a quick one, but we definitely want to touch base with the Dexter Lawrence. We want him back. Hopefully, you guys want him back. If you don't agree, sound off in the comments. Let us know. But with that
Yeah.
being said, it's a new era. This is the standard.
From the city where pressure makes legends. This is Big Blue Reborn. Big Blue checking, we start with the facts. Spotlight on the moment, who really got next? Roll call for the city where the real ones at. The standard at the end, no excuses, no cap. Big Blue Reborn. This is the standard. This is Big Blue Reborn. From the city where pressure makes legends.